100 years ago, Thomas Georg Masaryk stood atop the stairs of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, declaring a vision for an independent Central European nation. As Czech nationalists fought for self-determination in the heart of Europe, and as the Czechoslovak Legion pushed through Russia, Masaryk gained support abroad from U.S. President Woodrow Wilson. Breaking free from Austro-Hungarian rule, the newly established democratic Czechoslovakia rose from the ashes of World War I on October 28, 1918. Because of his leadership, Masaryk, Czechoslovakia's first president, remains deeply admired today. Founded on liberal democratic principles, Czechoslovakia prospered in the interwar period. Yet the nation's dreams were dashed as foreign powers appeased Hitler during the Munich Conference in 1938. As U.S. General Patton's army liberated Western Czechoslovakia at the end of World War II, democracy was restored. Only for the flame to dim again in 1948 with the communist coup d'etat. The people's voices rang out during the 1968 Prague Spring, but then the Soviet tanks rolled in. Under the communist regime, intellectuals made demands for human rights through Charter 77. Ultimately, the bloodless 1989 Velvet Revolution reinstated democracy. Looking westward, the freely elected president of Czechoslovakia, Václav Havel, in 1990 gave a moving speech before the U.S. Congress. Then, in 1993, Czechoslovakia peacefully split into the Czech Republic and Slovakia. The Czech Republic strengthened its relations with America with the support of U.S. Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, the daughter of a former Czechoslovak diplomat. Since joining NATO in 1999, the Czech Republic has collaborated with allies in operations in Kosovo, Iraq, and Afghanistan. The Czech Republic also hosted the 2002 NATO summit in Prague and worked closely with the United States to fight terrorism. The Czech Republic, a member of the EU since 2004, is one of the most economically flourishing countries in Europe. Its manufacturing makes up almost 1/3 of its total GDP. An export-oriented, open market, Czech products are sought after in the U.S. Czech streetcars cruise the streets of San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. Innovative Czechs have made breakthroughs from soft contact lenses to HIV medicine. Czechs have made a splash in the U.S. with nanotechnology, nuclear collaboration, and IT security. In fact, the U.S. is the Czech Republic's largest market outside of Europe, and the U.S. ranks among the biggest investors in the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic's centennial marks a milestone in the founding of its democracy, as well as its influence on the U.S. The two countries' transatlantic ties that formed long ago have grown over time through the work of legendary Czech individuals. In 1670, cartographer Augustin Hermann produced the first map of Maryland and Virginia. Composer Antonín Dvořák created the famous symphony From the New World in 1893 that played as U.S. astronaut Neil Armstrong took man's first steps on the moon in 1969. Czech influence endures through the work of icons like Oscar-winning director Miloš Forman, and tennis legend Martina Navratilova. Today, Czech Americans celebrate their heritage through their love for Czech food, beer, music, and traditional dress. All while the bust of the Czech Republic's first president, Václav Havel, sits in the United States Capitol, one of only 4 foreign leaders represented, conveying the powerful message of mutual respect and belief in human rights, justice, and freedom.